Hi guys, welcome back to Pitch Intel. And yeah, end of match day 7, and I'm just here to rant about a few talking points from the weekend. So I'll list out a few things, what I call pointers, basically what I noticed throughout the weekend, and yeah, I'll just give a few honest takes on them, and you can also drop your own opinion in the comment as well. So let's dive right into it. So firstly, I would have to go with Maresca's red card. Am I the only one that thinks that him getting a second yellow for celebrating a win that every other manager would most likely celebrate in the same style and same vein? Why would he get a yellow card for that? Are we now like the celebration police trying to clamp down on celebrations? That shows passion. If I, as a football fan, as a football lover, I want to see managers get that passionate about a win, such a dramatic win, such a high profile win. That's you defeating the champion of England, for crying out loud. So that's not something that I know, like, I mean, it's not something that the referee should try to wind down on. It's just my own personal opinion. I know the rules are the rules, but I mean, I just think it's not fair. Then next, I will address the elephant in the room, and that is Mo Salah. Is Mohamed Salah unbenchable? I know he's done great things. I know the numbers are there to speak for itself, and yeah, he's been there, done that. He's been an excellent player for Liverpool. Broken a lot of records. Won PFA Player of the Year a couple of times. Salah is a legend, right? He's a legend. But right now, the tempo of play, the way Liverpool is being set up currently, I do not think that Salah is helping the team. First, not tracking back is a real big issue. It's a big issue because Chelsea were just all over Conor Bradley, and that's why he got the yellow card. And even when Szoboszlai went in to replace Conor Bradley, he was still swamped because he was getting 2v1. So Salah should change his tactics. He should change his style because he was always sitting up top, waiting for Trent and all to give him that pass. Trent and all is no more. Newsflash. He's no longer there. That brings me down to another point. Is Salah, or would Salah have been the player that we know him to be now without Trent Alexander-Arnold? Because most of the goals that Mo Salah scored is usually on a quick, pacey counter. A quick counter attack, and he's off because he's got that speed in his legs and he's really fast. So the counter attacking goal are what contributed to most of the goals that he scored. Now, looking at the fact that we no longer have Trent Alexander-Arnold, we now have Frimpong. Do you not think that Salah should change his own style? Because he doesn't have that technical ability, to make things happen that much. That brings me to the comparison which I've been seeing online these days is Olise. Olise in Bayern Munich, former Crystal Palace player. Is he a much better player technically? Leave the numbers. No, just drop the numbers that Salah's been putting across, the goals and assists. In terms of a technical ability on the ball, is Olise better than Salah? For me, yes, he is better than Salah. If you watch Olise play, it's just a joy to watch. The flair. There was one of his highlights that I watched. Man was just moving the ball, gliding past defenders, gliding past the goalkeeper, and slotted the ball in the back of the post. So, I mean, he's not being, spoken of a lot. He doesn't get the much needed accolades and the praises that he deserves. But Olise is a top class footballer, and I think it's high time Liverpool look at Salah's replacement. I know he got a new contract, 2 years contract. After this season, 1 more year to go, and after that, yeah, that's it. This is the reason why Liverpool hesitated to give him that contract, because they knew this was going to happen. I do not know if Slot wanted him to renew or if he was against it. That I'm not aware of, because the way Liverpool is being set up now, Gakpo tracks back, but Salah doesn't. So that then brings me down to the next phase now. If Salah is unbenchable, is that the reason why KSI is ostracized? because Chiesa comes in, puts in a grand shift, gets results, scores, assists. Anytime he comes off the bench, he does something magical. But he's still coming off the bench. Why can't you try him out? Why can't you start him? Because even in the game against Galatasaray, he had to start Frimpong on the right wing position because he wanted to bench Salah. He knows that Salah is not going to give you, that support tracking back. He knows. So that's the reason why he had to, bench Salah and try out Frimpong if it's going to work. Why not try Chiesa? What has he done to you? For all I know, that guy is a hard worker. He works really hard. So why are you benching him? I just feel that he should do better. Slot should do better with his lineup. And that brings me now to my next point. Was Frimpong forced on Slot? Because I'm not sure Frimpong fits into the Liverpool style. He doesn't. He loses the ball way too quickly. He's always too, I don't know how to put the ball, too eager, too agitated to make the runs. Most times it's not always about running. That's part of the reason why Liverpool no longer have control in the field. They can no longer control games. Even if they get to win the possession, it's basically maybe like 55 against 45. The margin is not that great. So, I mean, it's been a long time coming for Liverpool. I mean, towards the tail end of last season, if you remember quite well, they lost the last few games, lost to Chelsea, drew to a 10-man Arsenal, drew to Crystal Palace. I think they lost one more game. I can't remember who they lost that to, but I think 3-2 or thereabout. But they have had this coming for a while. Went into the Community Shield, lost to Crystal Palace as well. So, they had this coming. This is Slot's rebuild now. Who can Slot rebuild? This is what we're going to see. Because when he came into the team, he inherited a team that had been pre-set up by Jurgen Klopp, a mastermind. So now, Slot, can he do it? Would be here, to assess things and see how things stand. Now, is Florian Wirtz the problem? Or is it the system? Because I know he's been battered. 009, right? Is it 09, 010 now, right? 0 goals, 0 assists in 9 appearances. But look at the pass he gave to Mo Salah. If Salah had converted that one, that would have been an assist. He had one like that against Galatasaray. Wasn't converted as well. So I know he doesn't have maybe the physicality to match the Premier League's, tempo. The Premier League, it's a very physical league. He might not really have that for now. It's actually a work in progress, but is he not trying his best? I think he's trying his best, just that the results are not actually showing yet. But I know he's really trying his best. So we'll just see where that pans out. As I said earlier, this is Slot's team now, and we'll be here to judge, right? Now I'd move on to Manchester City. Are we overlooking Manchester City now? They have just been written off because of last season. They've been written off. And anybody talking about who's going to win the league now, they would mention Arsenal and they would mention Liverpool. Nobody talks about Manchester City. But Manchester City are there in the game. They are there in the game. I think that's just 3 points off the top. Just one game away. So who's to say Man City are not in contention for the title? They are. They have an efficient finisher. Haaland had only one shot on target yesterday and had 1 goal. An efficient number 9, 100%. Give him one and he converts one. He doesn't need to balloon 5 chances before he gets one slotted into the back of the post. That's an efficient number 9. That's what I want. So for me, I believe they're still in the game, even though Rodri now has an injury. Coming back from an ACL injury is always really difficult, and always tough. There will always be a follow-up injury, one after the other. It's not easy coming out from an ACL and performing at a very high level. Jurgen Timber of Arsenal is one of the players that came out from ACL and started performing at a very high level immediately. So it's not always easy for some players. A couple players have had 2 ACLs, like Victor Boniface has had 2 ACLs, and he came back stronger. So yeah, we'll just give Rodri time and he might bounce back stronger. But basically, what I'm saying is Manchester City are still in the game. They are in contention for this league. And I can see Manchester City chasing whosoever is going to win the league, which might be Arsenal at this point, in this case, to the final day. Manchester City are in the game. They have experience. The manager is experienced. They've got a few players that have done it before. They have some treble winning players in that squad, so they can do it. You should not write off Manchester City. I'm warning you. Don't write off Manchester City. So, yeah, that's it. And Victor Gyokeres, his first 4 games, he had 3 goals, and afterwards, he's played a few more games now, and he's not scored. What is the problem? For me, I have watched a few clips. I've watched a few games that Gyokeres has played in. What I've actually noticed is that because of the record he has had, right? He's won the Jet Muller Trophy in the just concluded Ballon d'Or, so he's the best striker in Europe last year. Um, Defenders are now doubling up on him, doubling up, sometimes tripling up on him, trying to bully him. They know he's a powerful lad, so they're trying to exert this power on him as well to make him scared. I don't know what the aim is, but maybe to make him scared or what, I don't know. I can't seem to understand it. But what I've also realized is that it's now giving Saka space on the left, or Matleni, as this case may be, on the right. They've got space now to exploit because it's no longer going to be 2v1 unless the attackers track back to assist the fullbacks, in marking Saka or there. But in case of a counter attack, the wingers for us now would most likely be free. So I think Gyokeres goals, they're going to come. The goals will come. He'll score goals. So let's give a little bit of time to align. I mean, it's not much better. I scored 3 goals. We've got some strikers in the name of, Alex, who they bought for millions of pounds, and he's yet to convert in the Premier League. So let's just give him a little bit of time, and I believe he's going to come clean. I mean, it brings in a lot into the fold for the team. I mean, the battle, the aerial duels, the hold-up play, he's doing a lot. So let's just give him time, and he's going to come clean. So, yeah. Lastly, I'm going to talk about Barcelona. Barcelona and their high line. Our team finally catching with Barcelona now, because it looks as though PSG has exposed what it is. The dummy offside, where the strike, I said in my previous video, the dummy offside is coming into play now. Just sit there. That's what Akko did against them this weekend. He was sitting there in offside position, just waiting for the wingers to make the runs. Once they have the ball, he'll be onside and will be far ahead of the defenders. This is going to happen. This is going to happen time and time again. What will Barcelona need to do? They need to drop deep a bit. But Hansi Flick does not want to drop deep. So what's going to happen? He'll keep conceding goals. It's going to be a basketball affair now. He'll keep conceding goals. So what is going to happen now is Chelsea would expose that high line even worse. November is going to get worse. So Hansi Flick needs to do something, trick the system. I don't know what he's going to do, but he needs to stop playing that high line, because that high line is no longer working. Right? So, I mean, that's all I've got for you today in my honest text from the weekend. Drop your comments on what you believe I've said right, or what you believe I have gotten wrong. I mean, that's why we have these conversations, just so that we can put heads together, brainstorm, and iron things out. Thank you very much for watching up to this moment. Thank you for subscribing as well. And if you've not subscribed to my channel, do also subscribe. I drop videos like this every now and then, and follow us on all socials: Page Intel, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. And yeah, I'll try as much as possible to engage on this post. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.